Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder's Inc. You might have seen that I'm in a new little area here. And you'd be right, because I changed my look around a bit, and I kind of now I'm facing a different wall. You can see a little bit of artwork. If I move over, see the artwork there, there's a hallway there. Hopefully at no point does anyone poke their head out, or no ghost decides to make an appearance. Hopefully. I don't plan to gate anything, by the way. If anything comes across that damn thing, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind as much as you will when I look if someone points it out. Anyways, we got a video here, and we got volume 17 of the disturbing part of the internet series. New series, we're gonna get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to hit the like button, hit subscribe button, comment your thing down below. Let's go.
You wanna taste me?
No.
Do it.
Stay in the blue box.
I like it kinky.
It's the holidays, man. I don't have no family, nothing. Anyway, I just did something crazy, man. I just my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo.
The following footage was released just recently by Law and Crime Network. It shows Grace Spoonamore, a 20-year-old exotic dancer who allegedly crashed her car. This case is pretty strange. While the articles about this and the video itself just presented as a drunk girl going crazy, a lot of people speculate that there is more going on. But let's have a look at the footage first. After an initial confrontation, she quickly was put in handcuffs.
Put your hands behind your back. Why did you take off like that?
I'm sorry.
While she was somewhat understanding at first and even apologized, her mood will change drastically in the following minutes.
Were you drinking or something?
No.
This was a lie, but she didn't really hesitate with telling the truth.
Are you on something right now?
No. I just came from dinner with my trick.
How much you have to drink there?
2 doubles.
2 doubles of what?
Patron.
Okay. So you are drunk.
And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Where's the owner of that vehicle?
I don't know.
She claims that she bought the vehicle, but doesn't actually know the name of the owner or previous owner. She also said,
Hold on, so she said she borrowed the vehicle, but she doesn't know who owns it or who owned the vehicle before. Man, that's what we call stealing. That's what we call stealing. But that could be drunkenness. She could have literally just grabbed some random person's car that she actually might not even know of because they're just drunk in a freaking bar or something like that. I can see it. I've seen some insane things.
that she only had 2 drinks, but this seems very unlikely, especially because the situation will get progressively worse over time. There's some stuff that I'll leave out, but it's sometimes somewhat comical how she causes a scene over very minor details.
I need to talk to you.
What?
Don't hit me with a what.
All
Don't
right.
hit me with a what you need.
Okay, what do you...
Because I know...
Put your foot in the car.
Do I have to?
Yes. Put your foot in the car.
Why you gotta be so demanding?
After different police
This girl would annoy me. This girl would annoy the living hell out of me. But also, what part of this makes people think there was something else here? I'm so confused. This is just some drunk woman who's way off her damn rockers. What about this exactly makes people think there's something else here?
officer asked again, she admitted to having 6 instead of only 2 drinks, and claims to have been at a friend's place, even though she doesn't even know their address. What follows now is a strange chain of events. She first spits on the police officer.
Did she just spit on you? Alright, she's going down. We're not going to test her. She's going down for that. Yeah. We're not going to give her a chance to test.
No, of course. And
So,
she clearly isn't going to.
Followed by her now screaming and claiming that the police didn't help her when she got abducted.
what do you...
No,
what
I
do you
don't
want?
believe you.
For what?
Because I've been abducted and caught up. I don't care. You wasn't needed when I needed you when I was bleeding out. Where was you?
Was that...
What on earth is she on about? This is mental health, ladies. This is not drunkenness. This is drunkenness and mental health. There's no way. I've seen drunk people, but I've never seen drunk people claim they were abducted when they weren't. Unless but maybe I'm not with the right drunk people. Maybe these people do exist. I've just never seen it with my own eyes.
Is that in Georgia?
No, it was in Cleveland.
Well, we're not in Cleveland right
I
now.
don't give a fuck.
It's obviously difficult to say if she's telling the truth or not, but she further elaborates that many girls get captured and brought to Atlanta.
You don't know what you're dealing with. You don't know how many girls have been.
This girl is so out of this. I cannot believe what I'm looking at. I honestly cannot believe what I'm looking at. This is a girl who's not even... She doesn't even know who she's talking to. I bet she doesn't even know she probably doesn't even know she's talking to an officer. Like, that's probably how out of it she is right now.
Captured to take to Atlanta. Atlanta, Ohio is the way to go.
You can now obviously start speculating about what for, but considering her background and her suddenly being in these states, even though she doesn't live here, could mean that she was either taken against her will, lured into these states, or she's not saying the truth either willingly or unwillingly. Anyway, I really cannot show the following stuff because she actually peed on herself because she couldn't hold it. They eventually arrived at the station and everything went downhill. After the officer had told her multiple times to stand in the blue box, she refused.
You wanna taste me?
No.
Do it.
Stay in the blue box.
I like it, Kiki.
Stay in the blue box, Grace.
Don't.
I would be honest. This is the part where I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face as an officer. I'd lose my cool. I would not even lose my cool. I'd lose my thing. I just start laughing because this woman is intoxicated.
Stay in the blue box. Step back.
You can touch me.
Step back.
You touch me.
She then began screaming all the time, accusing the officers of trying to outward her and trying to take her to Mexico. She's repeating over and over that they don't understand, and that the officers never captured those guys that abducted all of the girls. You can tell that suddenly the panic starts to roll in. She really doesn't trust them, which was very different in the first few minutes of their encounter. If you read through the top comments under this very same...
At first, I thought she was just a brat, but I actually feel sorry. I think there's something wrong bigger than just jump. Yes, this is mental health. This is 100% mental health mixed with thing. She's I bet she's on some alcohol. Like, I bet she's drunk. But that's not all this is. This is mental health mixed with being drunk.
Same video, most people go with the sentiment that there's...
You know what's crazy? As she sounds, I'd be willing to bet there's some level of truth to what she's saying. I hope they do look into the human trafficking claims she's making because she does not seem to have some... Because she does seem to have some sort of knowledge. The problem is you have to talk to her when she's off this. You can't look... You can't... This version of her you can't take literally. Because, you know, she's just drunk. She's drunk mixed with some stuff. So even if she was telling the truth, let's say, there was no way they could talk to her at this stage where they're at. They would have to talk to her after she's drunk, like after she's sobered up and that.
There's definitely more going on than just having a few extra drinks. There's a lot more going on with this young lady than DUI. Someone needs to investigate this case. She has a lot to say about abduction, R-wording, bleeding. And this is no joke. This poor girl is a lost soul and obviously the victim of a terrible upbringing and human trafficking. I hope she gets the help she desperately needs before it's too late. Also, someone...
There's a lot of people believe this, but I don't know on it. I am not so sold on it. I'm not saying it couldn't be true. But again, I can't take this version of her seriously.
saying, this is scary and sad. In my opinion, this girl has been trafficked and has been traumatized by some things that may be rising to the surface because she is so drunk. She should be heard, and law enforcement should absolutely follow up on, investigate what she is saying.
You cannot go to any investigator, show them this footage, and go, we need to investigate if she's telling the truth. Because no investigator is going to believe this version of her. Because they're just going to say she's a drunk woman who's spewing out a bunch of nonsense. This version of her you cannot talk to. And you can't go off of. You have to wait till she's sober up.
Really hasn't been an update on this.
No.
Grace was charged with OVI, speeding, obstruction of official business, and assault. Before we continue, if you want to stay up to date whenever...
yeah, she's not. They're not gonna go look into that. I'm sorry, they're not. They're just not.
Upload, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. The following will feature a very dark Facebook livestream. While Reggie Sharif Black...
Oh, I know this one. Okay, this is the guy who, like, I think actually shoots his ex-wife in the, like, on live stream.
The man in the footage seems rather calm and collected. He will seconds later do the unthinkable. To give context, Reggie Sharif Black ran a Facebook account named JBlack, where he started a livestream. In this livestream, it quickly became apparent that Reggie had taken the life of his former girlfriend Tara LeBang and is now in front of the house of his ex-wife.
I thought that I would be doing this, but I gotta make it quick. For everybody out there that supported me and really knows what's going on, thank you all. I've been going through a custody battle. I've been going through having my ex-wife say I'm my children and all kinds of craziness. Been fighting for custody for 3 years. You know, been real crazy. What's up, Oliver? You know about this. Going through it with my ex-wife, blah, blah, blah. So, meet, you know, and start dating somebody new. She got pregnant. You know, we got in a fight. First thing she does is threatening that she's going to do the same thing. You're never going to see your kids, blah, blah, blah. It's the holidays, man. I don't have no family, nothing. Anyway, I just did something crazy, man. I just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo. Felt like a...
Like, he just says that so casually. Yo, I just shot my ex-girlfriend in the head, yo. Like, he says that so casually. Like, that's not a, like, it's just a thing people say. People don't say that! This is man crazy! This is what crazy people say.
Dream, like, I never thought I would be that guy. I can't go to prison, so the person that really started my and all of this is my ex-wife. So she next, and then I'm going to do myself too. But I just wanted to say this to people. Don't play with people's emotions, man.
Hey, sorry about that. I had to take that call. Back to what we're doing.
Don't lie on these men. Oh, here's my ex-wife right here. Today's the day.
Wendy Natalie Black was fatally wounded, and Reggie didn't want to go to prison, so he ended it all. The two incidents happened in succession. According to investigators, he first was in Baltimore for the first incident, and then drove to Colombia. Both of the women and Reggie himself were nurses. He made his ex-wife responsible for his decisions. He was distraught over child custody issues with both women, but his ex-wife allegedly started his mental deterioration. The children remained safe during the entire thing. His ex-wife had even filed protective orders against him, claiming that he had threatened her numerous times. She also stated, quote, "I'm terrified because I don't know what he's capable of. I don't feel that I'm safe. I feel that my life is in danger." Her protective orders were denied.
Can someone explain that to me? Honestly, someone explain that to me. How do you deny someone a restraining order? Or an order of protection? How do you deny that to someone? If someone feels their life's in danger, and they, like, someone's trying, how do you just go, nah, we don't care that you don't feel safe, we're not helping you? Like, how do you do that to someone? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Possibly the darkest topic yet, oh boy.
It goes without saying that I don't condone or support anything in this video. The following is an educational and informative coverage. I want to give credit to this post here for summarizing some of the information. I'll be referring to this post and the comments from others under this post in the following. Also, fair warning, this is by far the darkest topic on 4chan. I haven't seen anything that even comes close. Around 2014, images began circulating around the web, showing a masked man playing and messing with the bodies of stillborn or miscarried fetuses. Some were also alive. I can't go too much into detail for obvious reasons, but it's actually unbelievably dark and horrifying. It's probably the darkest topic I've mentioned in this format so far. Originally, the images appeared on either 4chan or a now defunct forum website named Death Addict. In this image here, we can see that the man is probably around 5'11" and is wearing a gimp mask and surgical gloves. In most images he's wearing scrubs or a dress shirt and dress shoes. My guess would be he is anywhere between 30 to 50 years old. From the photos, it's obvious that Dr. Glass has access to both living and passed away children, so he probably works in a hospital. Some people say he is a child mortician, but that wouldn't explain how he has access to living children as well. Overall, it's very odd that he has the opportunity to wear a mask like that and pose with the bodies in such a way. I can't really imagine a scenario where you would be able to do this in a hospital. His outfits also don't really add up. He's often wearing dress shirts and dress shoes. Why would you ever do that in a hospital if you were working as a nurse or physician? While all of this seems inconsistent, it is still believed that you work in a hospital of some sort. In order to track down its location, people start to analyze objects within the images. Apparently, there are blankets which are unique to Florida, but there's information from others that Dr. Glass is actually in Los Angeles. The name badge allegedly gives away hospital location in LA. More to that shortly. Anons also uploaded pictures of the hospital's floor plans and the basement floor plan, and they resemble the pictures that were uploaded from Dr. Glass. Also, if you look at the images, they seem to be from different locations. OP claims that there are 3 different locations: the hospital, morgue, and an office. I'm honestly not sure yet what I'll show in the video, but I'd also say that there are at the very least 2 different locations visible in the images provided. And the office that OP mentions could also be Dr. Glass' home. There's an image where he...
This is next level fucked up. I don't even like any of this. I don't like to know this even exists. Damn. Yeah, this is the darkest topic yet by a country fucking mile.
holds up a tray and there are literally 3 brains on it. There is a name tag in one of the images, which is barely visible. It allegedly says Edwin Valiance. OP claims that this must have been photoshopped or altered, because why would Dr. Glass go through the struggle of clearly hiding his identity and not taking off his name badge? He most likely had to leave it on and just photoshopped it later, or he just exchanged his name badge with a fake one. Though after looking in the comments, someone says that the name Edwin is accurate. Also looking at the image again, it doesn't really seem photoshopped. To add to this commenter also adds that Dr. Glass worked for Glendale Memorial Health Foundation. Allegedly, Dr. Glass is possibly Middle Eastern or Armenian. Most people lean to Armenian. In a different image, we can see a laptop from HP, which was released in 2014 and then discontinued. So it adds to the timeline I mentioned in the beginning. In the last image provided, we can see Dr. Glass in his office or home. This image is the most disturbing, so I can't show it here nor can I describe it. But it's definitely the strangest one out of everything. There's also a very interesting theory. In the image with the brains, this person seems to be a completely different person. This image resembles a woman, because she is wearing eye makeup, and if you compare their hands, the guy in the first image clearly has way more hair on his arm. So they are most likely different people doing the same thing. They could be a couple producing this type of content to then sell on the dark web, or trade their images for similar images. It is assumed that one of them works in the hospital, while the other works somewhere else. That's why they have a wide range of access. On the other hand, they could be working together in all of those locations. In some images, it also makes the impression that they may take photos from each other. This would maybe explain why they are able to pose in those photos and seemingly have a lot of freedom and space to do it. The hospitals may trust them because they're operating together and not alone. So they would always back each other and no one would suspect them of doing anything wrong. Though this is just a theory. It is also possible that the guy is just wearing eye makeup and is doing everything by himself. We now get to the most confusing aspect of all of this. Multiple people on 4chan were creating Discord servers trying to track him down. Some say that multiple Anons filed police and FBI reports, but nothing came out of it. The pictures allegedly didn't depict anything that would warrant a proper investigation. Trust me, in this video you have seen an even more censored version of these images than on Reddit. It's so much worse than what I showed. The uncensored versions are also all available on archive 4chan threads, and the FBI just doesn't care. Honestly, there is so much more info out there and so many other theories and possibilities, but as long as the FBI isn't convinced,
I guess, I'm trying to think why the FBI wouldn't do anything. The only thing I come up with is, I guess, in their mind, they're not, like, what they're doing is disturbing and really messed up, but I guess technically it's not breaking any laws? I guess, I'm trying to think why? Because I guess the theory is they work in a hospital and they're dealing with a bunch of dead bodies. Then I guess you can't. What? I'm trying to think. My only guess, the one that I come up with, is that to FBI they're technically not breaking any rules, despite how fucked up it is.
Honestly, I have no idea what one can do. Whoever Dr. Glass is, he probably continues to this date, and there's nothing that we can do about it. The following clip was shared on Facebook in early 2022. It was shared by the police department in Wisconsin and shows dashcam footage of Officer Jeff Buettner in Marathon County on February 18, 2022. The officer was on the highway on a very foggy day, and the roads were filled with snow and ice. After driving for a couple of minutes without any issues, he encounters the following.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What the hell happened that led to so many cars being piled up? What the hell?
Due to the fog, he witnessed the pileup of cars way too late and couldn't stop his car due to the icy road. You can hear and see that other cars quickly followed and crashed into his car. Fortunately, the officer didn't really suffer any injuries. He was just stuck in place, unable to find a way to move out of his vehicle. This is where people saw the police car and talked to the officer.
Hey, officer, are you okay? A little sore, but... You okay? I'm a little sore, but... Okay. Can I do anything for you? I gotta try and get a hold of my supervisor at least. I'm kind of trapped right now. I'm with Shawano PD. I'm sorry, man. I'm trapped right now. That's okay. That's okay. Try and get out of here and do what I can to help you guys. Do you have any officers on scene?
I got one. She's undercover. Not undercover, but she's off duty.
All right. Hold on. Let me try and get out of my driver's door first.
Can you?
Nope, we got it open.
After a few minutes
God damn, at least thank God people tried to help this guy. They're like, yeah, we gotta get you out, man. We're gonna get you out. We gotta work on it. We're gonna help you.
in the car, he managed to get out and immediately helped the other drivers on the scene. A total of 39 cars were a part of the crash, but no one was seriously injured.
I'm shocked. I'm gonna be honest. I'm shocked no one was seriously injured there. I would love to know what started that pileup. Like, what started it that caused this domino effect of cars being piled up on?
Kyle shared a video on Instagram of him encountering a wild cougar during a jog in the forest. He first filmed baby cougar.
Oh, I know this one. This is the one where the cougar follows him, right? Like, the cougar follows him. Is this what I'm thinking of? Yeah, it is. This one has a cougar that follows him the entire way backwards and never stops almost. This cougar is relentless in this. But it never attacks him because it could at any moment, but it just chooses not to.
And then the mother ran towards him.
You! Holy... No! Get the...
No, you can't be mad at this cougar. This cougar's protecting its child. Or at least felt the need to. And now this guy's going to get this guy. This cougar never clearly wanted to attack this guy. Because if the cougar just wanted to attack him, it would have attacked him. There was nothing that was stopping it. It just didn't want to. It was just making it get back.
Get the way! Go! 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 No! No! Go away! Go away! Please go away! Oh.
Look at this.
It sure is a tough situation. The cougar thinks that he tried to harm her children. That's why she's hostile and advancing towards him. Kyle, on the other hand, is making loud noises in an attempt to scare her off. He doesn't turn his back for the most part, which is definitely crucial, but there's one situation where he turns his head, and the cougar immediately sees an opportunity.
No, go away! Go away. No. No. Holy. No. Get the away. Stupid kitty cat. Holy, come on, dude. I don't feel like dying today. No, you dude. Trying to attack me, your eyes are looking away from you.
At this point, he took a rock and threw it at the cougar.
Yeah, get the. Yeah, so that just happened. Wow. You see that? Some will come actually. Holy cow. Holy cow.
Honestly, he handled this quite well. He knew that he just cannot turn his back and run away, since that would kick in the cougar's instinct to attack, and making loud noise to be somewhat intimidating also seemed to work to a certain extent. Take a different person and a more aggressive cougar, and you would have a really bad situation.
Yeah. I'd stick with the thing that I don't think the cougar actually wanted to get him. Because if the cougar wanted to get him, it would have. The cougar just wanted to get him back. And it would attack if it turned its head and it ran. But that guy didn't. So it got a point. Then when it threw a rock, he's like, okay, that's enough. I ain't getting hurt for this guy, this plan.
Francis Leo Marcos was an internet personality, politician and businessman, and ran a YouTube channel with over 1 million subs. He also claimed to be very rich, a millionaire in fact. The NIB, which seems to be the FBI equivalent of the Philippines, are investigating him on the basis of human trafficking and violence against women and children. He is known for popularizing the Mayaman Challenge social media trend last year.
Bayan, especially yung mga tiga-payatas na walang makain, hindi ko alam kung saan ko i-diskarga. Baka dito na lang ho sa kalsada namin i-diskarga to. At pagka umulan mabasa, pakinabangan ho ng lumot yung ating mga bigas. Sige, buksan nyo na. At susubukan na lang natin ipasok dahan-dahan.
In this challenge, Francis challenges rich neighbors and politicians to help the poor, especially during the pandemic. Allegedly, this entire trend began when his neighbors blocked the entry of a big truck carrying sacks of rice for the gated community. Francis was upset that the truck got blocked, but wasn't able to do anything about it. He then took the rice himself and brought it to the house with his own car. After this incident, he challenged his neighbors to do the challenge so they can help poor people instead of hiding in their houses. They were obviously hiding because of the pandemic. In many of Francis' vlogs, he was mocking those rich neighbors and politicians for not doing anything, except of hiding. This didn't sit well with his neighbors. One came forward and exposed Francis as a fraud. His real name is supposedly Norman Meng.
Oh my god, so they will go, the neighbors never said a word, never threw him under the bus, never did nothing. When he called them out and said, oh, you're a bunch of rich people hiding behind, and you're not doing it, they did, but they did, okay. Alright, let me expose your ass now since you want to act like this.
Guzen, and he doesn't own the things he claims to own, like the Green Meadows. He is therefore a fake millionaire. Even the former First Lady calls him a fraud, claiming that he targets wealthy Chinese businessmen who want to do business in the Philippines and attracts them with charitable causes. Regardless if he's really a fraud or not, this trend actually helped the poor receive some food. In 2020, he got arrested by the NIB for an unauthorized business, which aimed to support people that needed glasses. There were also 2 more charges filed back in 2006 for trafficking and violence against women and children. The reason these charges are brought up again is due to new information surfacing that his real name is actually different. The reports back then had been filled under that name, so it's possible that he really might be guilty of these charges, but nothing has been proven yet, so he remains innocent of these charges as of yet, as far as I'm informed. This also appears like a revenge act from all of those rich people and politicians to shut him up after he started to call them out. Not sure though, it's difficult to say if he'll even get a fair trial. This case here is not only a tragic tale of a young woman's passing, but also a reflection of the broader issues of the justice system in Japan. It highlights quite well that certain cases aren't treated with the same respect as others, which seems to be both a juridical and societal issue. In Ino's case, the Japanese police were actively covering up details in their investigation and blaming Ino. The media ran with fake news and slandered Ino's character even more. It's certainly one of the most unfair cases ever, and it received a lot of attention on the internet, and laws were changed and implemented to avoid similar cases of happening. This case takes us back to early 1999. Ino Shiori was attending college and was 21 years old. She was at an amusement arcade with her friend near Omiya Station in Omiya Ward, which is in Saitama. Ino and her friend were trying to put coins into the photo booth machine, but it wasn't working. That's when a guy named Kazuhito Komatsu spotted her, offered help, and started flirting. He then invited Shiori and her friend to join him and his friends at karaoke. At the karaoke shop, she ended up giving him her cell phone number, which in retrospect was the worst decision of her life. Kazuhito was a very disturbing individual. When they were dating, he lied to her about his identity. He gave her a fake name and claimed to be a 23-year-old entrepreneur who was making business with cars, real estate, and precious metals. In reality, he was a 26-year-old who was operating multiple brothels, which were disguised as massage parlors. After the first few dates, the realization started to settle in. This guy is insane. He would take her to expensive restaurants and gave her numerous very expensive gifts. When she tried to reject those gifts, he'd cause a scene and force her to take them. With the months, his obsession grew further. He would try to control every aspect of her life, making constant calls to her home, sometimes just remaining silent on the phone. Other times, he threatened to take her and her family's life. Despite many breakup attempts from Ino, Kazuhito just wouldn't stop trying to get in touch with her. During this time, Ino started to suspect that Kazuhito wasn't the guy who he was pretending to be. She was worried that he was connected to dangerous people because he had 2 Mercedes cars, carried thousands of dollars in the trunk of his car, and once when he was in a car accident, people that could have been in the Yakuza or a similar group came to visit him in the hospital. Kazuhito would also make it clear that she needed to repay him all of those gifts and other expenses, or he would let her work in one of his brothels. He went on to say the following: "If you still want to break up, you'll be mentally hunted down and punished. I'll ruin your father and destroy your family. Don't think of me as an ordinary man. I won't forgive the woman who betrays me. I can use my personal connections and all my fortune to crush you. I don't need to do it myself. There are many people who I can control with money." And he definitely wasn't lying. But let's first talk about Ino reporting this to police. The police listened to Ino and said that she had no evidence for her claims. The detectives even twisted the entire thing, telling Ino that she's guilty as she had hurt his feelings by cutting off their relationship and
I can't believe what I just heard. She's like, Ino, listen, I'm an officer and I'm telling you right now, you are guilty of hurting his feelings. Okay? You are guilty of hurting his feelings. I have never heard no officer in my life ever say, oh my God.
Exploited him by accepting his gifts. Even when she went to see a lawyer, they refused to help her, saying that she got a lot of gifts, which apparently makes it okay to ruin her life. In Japan, they desperately try to keep the crime rate low, which
I'm about to say, clearly in Japan they do not care about the law. Listen. Oh boy. This makes them look bad here. Japan, you could do better than this. This is ridiculous thought process here.
Which is why police try to get parties to resolve issues on their own. Rather than file official complaints, they ask victims to think about it and see if they can handle it on their own. Especially in cases where domestic issues are concerned, police hope to keep these cases off the record. And these statistics are merely smoke and mirrors. The police just don't want to get involved. This gave Kazuhito all the freedom of the world to do what he wanted to do. So he grabbed his brother and friends, kidnapped Ino, and gang-awarded her. All of it was captured on tape. Keep in mind that even after reporting this, the police kept on ignoring it, even going so far to tell Ino and her family to take back their complaint, lying to them that they can just refile a complaint, which is not possible for the same offense. This would have left Ino at a place where she could have never pursued legal action. It gets even worse. Because Shiori's family refused, they falsified the report and changed the complaint about an official complaint into merely a report of an incident, therefore not requiring any official outcome. Kazuhito.
Japan, I need you to explain yourself to me. I need an explanation. I dare anyone from Japan to explain this to me. Explain the mess up of this to investigate. I mean, honestly try to explain this to me. Because I can't figure this out for the life of me. How this is okay to anyone. If you find this okay, I need you to explain to me how. Because this is ridiculous.
Peter went ahead and hired a few managers of the brothels as hitmen to end Eno's life. He paid them a total of around $175,000. To avoid suspicion and for an alibi, Kazuhito decided to take a trip to Okinawa. One of the hitmen was watching Eno's house, and the other was waiting in a car to escape from the scene, and the last guy was responsible for Eno's passing. Now the police had to obviously cover up their incompetence, and man, this is beyond disgusting. They painted Eno as a gold digger and a prostitute. They fabricated lies that Eno was actually a worker for Kazuhito at one of his alleged massage parlors and was just a money-hungry pig that just couldn't get enough. And the media ran with it, ruining her entire reputation.
That's pathetic. You are all fucking pathetic for this. Every person in the police are pathetic, the guys are pathetic, the media is fucking pathetic. You're pathetic for this. You can't no. All of you are fucked up for this. All of them.
The only man who believed in Eno outside of her family was a journalist named Kiyoshi Shimizu, a true hero who dug way deeper than everyone else in the media industry. His investigation showed that Eno was telling the truth and that the police were falsifying documents and reports. Finally, other media outlets decided to give in and report the true story, which...
What were they like? They're like, fine, we'll say the truth. I guess it doesn't fit into our she's a whore story, but I guess since he's got all this evidence, we'll do it. Why can't people just let us ruin and shit? I guess we'll have to report on the crime, I guess.
led to very delayed justice being served. While Kazuhito himself actually decided to off himself, his brother and friends were all charged. His brother got a life sentence, the main perpetrator 18 years, and the other two 15 years. While this event certainly shaped the way these cases are treated, there is no doubt that similar things happen worldwide, and they often go unnoticed or unheard. I also uploaded the second.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this reaction video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all for the next one.